still strong for lane engage. And there's the Aatrox. We all knew it was coming when we saw the Ornn. It's Doran's meta. It's 12-14. And he's going to get this. Peanut gets the Sejuani. They have so much engage, but also consistent damage here in the late game. Azir, Zeri, you have the Lulu here to help protect. And T1, going to be more pick-based here in this draft.
And Kangwon explodes as the T1 fan chant rings out. But Gen G fans certainly showing up in force as well. And let's see who's going to be able to take the Game 1 win. Gumayusi with the best skin as we start this one off. But you can see, no funny business.
Not the best Sejuani game. We've seen it combine a lot with things like the Silas, of course, when it was played top, also with the Viego. And really only have Doran to kind of augment you in this given situation. But as long as you can find some CC, it can still be very strong. And that's a perfectly fine trait to take. Dragons, in my opinion, are a lot stronger than Rift Herald is right now. The immediate gold that you're able to get from the Rift Herald not always quite working out. And as Gen G, it also gives you the opportunity to maybe reach your one-item spikes, where Doran is actually sitting on a Gore Drinker, has level 9 available, actually has a bit more power in a Darkened Blade. You can get maybe a first item for Chovy, for Ruler, and that will give you a lot more explosiveness when it comes to these early fights. So going to be a full handshake. Get the time, they will always win out in late game team fights. And if Ruler goes unchecked, which he has been generally, but when you look at the front to back of T1, like no matter what the game state is, you can always win a fight with that. So I think both teams are very happy in the first game of a best of 5s, as high stakes as this, to just sit back and trade.
Yeah, and that's been exactly what T1 have done in Game 1s of best of 5s almost their entire time. But you can see Gen G already starting things off here. Zeus does find the Ornhorn. A fair bit of work being done here as Doran was trying to hold on to the aggro as much as he could, and Zeus will survive.
Yeah, only a plate goes down, and they do get the flash here, of course, out of Zeus as well, but he handled it so perfectly there and does survive with his life. Will find himself still 20 CS down, but could have been much worse there. Knows that Zeus, of course, lost, or he's going to lose his flash now, so he can push advantage further.
Ooh, the flash charm's fantastic. Curse of the Sad Mummy comes through, and Chovy will go down for first blood, and Faker picks it up.
Rushing to the Drake, and the point still stands we were making before, that was pointed out, is they do take it. T1 trying to make cross-map topside.
Yeah, finds the bandage toss. Carrier seems to be everywhere right now, but Umbral Dash is pretty powerful, and there is the Infernal Soul for game number 1. It is a spicy one here. And T1 looking for another dive. A beautiful charm will connect, but the Gore Drinker is doing so much work here for Doran, and he says everything you can do, I can do not quite as well, as he does eventually fall down. T1 secure the top dive.
Really nicely done there by Faker as well. Second time he's been able to find a roam, as the TP is going to save the topside turret. Heal, making sure Owner can actually stay in that fight a little bit longer. Gonna trade. First turret blood, yes, goes over to Gen G as Faker almost dies, but when it comes to map control, getting that mid lane turret is way more valuable. Also means that the overall trade is still good for T1.
Peanut gonna move on over, sweeping out vision where he can. And remember, these Drakes are pretty tanky these days. Chovy going to be setting up some of these Sand Soldiers. Extendo Beam finds no joy as Gen G setting up for their first 5v5 of the game to try and stop T1 from stealing away this Drake. It looks like T1 don't want to overcommit to this one though. But here is the Ornhorn. It is going to be secured by Owner. They take the Drake, but can they win the fight? Doran, he's been exhausted. Peanut flashes, Arctic Assault, gets himself out. No one's died in the fight. Finds a huge ultimate, and Carrier will go down. Peanut, the Wild Growth on top of him, and it is a double kill already for the Zeri. I guess we're Zeri gaming, ladies and gentlemen, as somehow Chovy got that kill on the bottom side. It's a triple for Ruler as well, and Gen G walk away with the fight. You mentioned the fact that the Liandry's, the Death Cap, are now there for Chovy. They weren't there in that last fight. The item advantage was in Faker's favor. If that charm had have landed onto Ruler, then maybe this whole game is just going to be collapsing in favor of T1. Instead, as the Ornhorn comes through yet again, Ruler gets caught in the Ruler position one more time. The Everfrost will be avoided though, but the charm will not. And that is the kill, and as we say it, Ruler gets caught out. Doran now with a Baron buff will be pushing top lane.
He's not going to die in the Ruler spot, but even just thinking of it made it happen as Carrier.
Yeah, possibly in trouble here as Lahen's going to slow him down with that Glitter Lance. There's not a lot of damage with this duo, but they have a lot of CC as the Bandage Toss will guarantee that Carrier dies on his own terms. Gen G, they will be able to take themselves a pick as well. Currently about 4,000 gold the lead here for Gen G.
And as nice as that pick feels, in the grand scheme of things,
managing to catch Gen G on a reset. They're looking to start this one off. This is definitely aggressive. This feels like a T1 play, but Doran's going to dive into the pit. Finds himself an Infernal Chains, but now Carrier looks for the flash. He gets it onto 3. Chovy immediately flashing out. Peanut also going to escape, but Lahen's is not so lucky. And Gen G, they lose their Lulu, and now T1 with so much control.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You get those picks instantly, you get them fast, you have the hard engage from Carrier on the Samumu, and that's all it takes.
Well, I've seen this one before, gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Again is Doran. And remember, he does have that Gore Drinker. It's still at the ready. He can get all of that health back. It's once again Umbral Dash over the wall. Ruler at full health. He's immediately going to get sniped. Carrier has to go golden. Chovy as well. It's the Baron secured for T1. But can they win the fight? Empress Device, massive Peanut looking to clean up. And speaking of clean up, Ruler is dashing around the fight. It's a Quadra. As now Owner is trying to deny that Penta and run away. But Ruler, he just has his eyes on these structures.
he's not even going, Ruler isn't going for the Penta.
Can they actually win the fight before things happen, though? As Ruler stepping forward, not exactly what you want. That is not the ultimate Carrier was looking for either. As the Ornhorn comes in, doesn't find Ruler. As Doran's diving on in. Still gonna have to get himself out of position once more. And Gen G just gonna move back towards this Drake. As T1, they dive on forward. It resets and it's secured by Peanut. He only had one smite, but it's one smite to rule them all. As Gen G, they will get the Infernal Soul, and this game's looking.
Then Zeri will just have unlimited moments, and they see Owner here. They go over and collapse around him, trying to spot him. He doesn't have a flank angle anymore. Now he's actually just vulnerable.
He definitely is. Lahen's going to be checking these brushes. Ruler finds Owner, and look at the damage as Chovy denies the Warrior Trickster by just Emperor's dividing him in the face.
You have to try to find an angle as the Wukong. You're the one person who can maybe find a flank and set up for that knockup, but you get seen, you die, and now you don't have a smite for this fight. Like, it's not a bad move here from Owner, but he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar here, and now there's no jungler for T1.
Look at Doran.
Rotating over. Yeah, Doran's flank angle is absolutely fantastic. Ruler just wanting to keep himself safe. But remember, he has GA, he has Mercurial Scimitar, and there is the ult out of Peanut. They're looking for the engage. They don't want to go for any 50-50s as their health bar just melts. He does so much damage. There's the triple kill already. And Gumayusi is going to get flashed on. He does go down to his GA, does Ruler, but Gumayusi, he's running for the hills. And this game, I think, now belongs to Gen G.
Gonna have to agree with you on that one, Atlas. Guma running for his life here, has a ton of damage, but GA for Doran.
That's a really nice spell shield.
They can push the base.
Yeah. Doran, he has a GA as well. Like, even if he dies, he doesn't care. All he needs to do is make sure Sivir doesn't make it back.
Yeah, well, he's going to try and do so, as there we go. Infernal Chains do connect. Gumayusi goes golden, as the Death Dance was doing a fair bit of work, but he does go down to his GA. Gumayushi's just staying here, though, remember? As we move back towards the Baron on Gen G's side, Doran's still just World Ender, and he's trying to stop Gumayusi from doing anything that he wants. There it is, gives him the old thumbs up as well. And there's the Baron at the same time. Gen G all but won this game.
I mean, look at the wave clear they have. They could just set up here, and T1 eventually will get worn down. Flank angle for Owner, not great. They have ward coverage here. There's no vision.
Yeah, they do. The war of attrition just going to be won here by Gen G. They'll take this inhibitor. Elder Drake going to be spawning in 30 seconds time, but Gen G still have so much control of this base. They're still looking to push. Want to deny T1 any sort of access. Oh my god, that is 50% of Gumayusi's health with one extendo beam. Zeri, we talk about Zeri's being online and things like this. This is like out of control from Ruler this point in the game. And still has shoes though.
And even with, like, there's so much CC that could potentially lock him down, but it can't get to him. They can't actually connect it, so it doesn't matter.
There's so much peel. There's so much front line between Doran, between Peanut, and even Chovy with his ultimate. I don't think you're getting to that Elder. They got to try, but what can you do?
It's a late Ornhorn. Zeus going to use it for disengage now. Gen G just avoid it. And now with Exodia complete, Gen G are bearing down on the base once again. Teleport to come forward as Chovy just bought a bunch more items. And this is all over, but the Nexus is what it feels like at this point in time. T1 are going to need something absolutely heroic to make this one work. The flash from Faker's not going to be enough, as Chovy has one of those as well. Uses it in order to get himself out of the way. Once again, these minions are getting obliterated.
Yeah, 15 seconds on Baron. If they can defend this, maybe there's a world.
Maybe. But there's still an Elder Drake here, remember, as Wild Growth come through for the chain CC. But Peanut, he's also going to get CC'd up. These Nexus turrets, they just don't last, though. As Ruler throws in the ultimate, he's doing so much damage already. Emperor's Device going to deny any sort of re-engage. The knock-up is okay, but it's another double kill. Make it a triple, make it a quadra. Gumayushi wants to do everything to deny this pentakill, but it will not happen, at least for now, because the Nexus is going to fall. Gen G, they will take game one in this best of 5.
Which one of these two picks is a problem, right? If we're talking about changes, is it the Zeri or is it the Poppy? Because the Poppy has created a lot of problems in the bottom 2v2, but when they're banning Nautilus, so we'll see the Renekton come through here in the first phase. But for Guma, he hasn't been able to...
Yeah, there it is.
And for Guma, he hasn't been able to say the same thing, right? He's had a bit of a weaker laning phase. His late game has been fine, but he often doesn't get there. You could also go Aatrox here. You could have gone Camille into the Gnar and say, you know, I'm going to just win this super hard. It's just Gen G going back to bread and butter. They don't really have to show anything here. In a normal scenario, Lehen's playing Singed support or any other support, you're like, wow, you can only do this once in a best of 5.
Gen G? Gen G fans? No?
Good old fan leader drama, you know? Who knows who starts it?
I didn't know. Are we even allowed to start commentating? I don't even know whether we're allowed to. I think we need to wait.
Yeah, I don't like this.
No, I'm very confused. However, I think T1 fans makes a lot of sense that they're the ones that get the fan cheer and not Gen G, because we want to make sure that we get as many games in this final as possible. And I believe
it's playing into a melee matchup, so I think you get a lot more value. Peanut.
Yeah, going in aggressively as Faker already down to 300 health. The permafrost will come in. There's the flash, but the follow's there. And Chovy gets his revenge. And this game, he'll pick up first blood. Yeah, around the side here as he is going to spot Chovy. Chovy sees him. Let's see whether the Dark Binding will connect. Right now, Aatrox with control. And yeah, Chovy will be able to sidestep Dark Binding. Mind games complete and won there by Chovy this time.
This ward will spot Peanut. Still could commit to the dive.
Not going to go for it this time, but Lehen's, he's running real quick. Doesn't have Ghost or anything like that, but Gumayushi's going to Ghost himself. And so that means just by looking menacing, Lehen's going to be able to pick that one up. And this is what we were talking about, 4-0 right now on the Singed. Lehen's just pretty good at it.
Not again.
Going to look for a return gank here onto Faker. More permafrost to come in.
So based on a hard pivot, right? A Faker saying, I could play this Renekton as Peanut is not done.
Yep, he's coming back. Lehen's going to throw down the Mega Adhesive. Faker's slicing, he's dicing, he's trying to get out, but Ona wasn't even allowed to Black Shield him. He couldn't get close enough, and Faker is going to be dead again.
And the point I'm trying to make here is just being illustrated repeatedly while I'm trying to make
interrupted, making your point by your point being made.
Yeah, exactly. You're playing into the Sylas melee here with the Sejuani. This is what you were saying earlier, Chronicler, about how strong this duo is together. They had the wraparound there, too, on the Singed. He avoided the control ward.
Well, speaking about wraparounds, there's the flash from Lehen's. Ruler going to be diving forward. That is not the Glacial Prison you're looking for there, Peanut, but Ruler now does have that Apotheosis available. Gumayushi's going to go down, and now Carrier is a cat with a book, but no friends. And that's a double kill as Ruler. How many multi-kills has he got this series? We're not even like a bit of the way into game 2 yet. Faker still should be all right, but another chain is going to land. Dominance is going to come through, and now Gen G are just chasing after the Crocodile. They are bullying the T1 mid lane. A Mega Adhesive. Lance just says that's enough, and he books it out of there. And in the meantime, Shelly smacks down the turret.
I mean, you, as owner here, you were pathing bottom because you saw the Sejuani. Zeus going to have to get over the wall here.
Will the chains connect?
Oh,
They
man.
barely even needed to, as Doran's just going to pick up that kill, flashes over the wall. And that is going to be that, and Gen G are steamrolling this game.
Yeah, I mean, Peanut, he shows bottom, and
there's just not a lot going right, and I don't really see a conceivable way for, if this was a Cloud or an Ocean Soul, then maybe, but it's Infernal.
Well, Chovy's going for a bit of a dive here. Owner in great position right now, but the turret is just going to fall down. Mega Adhesive to come through. No Black Shield was available, but Owner does have enough distance. He'll make it out. Well, you think about game number 3.
That's the answer.
What you're supposed to do here. Because, like you say, 8k gold lead is absurd. Infernal Chains are going to miss. Zeus is walking the wrong direction, though, as we can see. And Chovy's going to make his way down. This is already a very difficult game, made worse here for Zeus towards the bottom side of the map, trying to create whatever pressure he can. This is crazy. And you think about it in the context of Ruler never winning a domestic final somehow. Chovy, so many times being second place, so many times second place to Faker as well as Peanut. Possibly caught out. Goodbye, perfect game as the wallop will connect. And that is Gumyushi picking up a kill here for T1. And I said it was okay to write the eulogy. Maybe, no, it's probably still okay to write it. But
not the perfect game anymore. That's a death on the record books. You had to caster curse it, didn't you, Chronic?
Well, we just wanted to get as many games as possible, Wolf. Okay, so another ulti to come through here as World Ender comes down. There's the teleport in. Oh my goodness, that third Q is just insane. Chovy's going to make his way down as well. Everfrost is going to slow up Faker, and Doran still wants to kill his lane opposition, and Faker is going to kill him for it. Gen G, they do manage to trade back, but any even trade is actually much better for T1 right now.
I mean, they block any rotation down. They're going to push this further. They're going to grab a turret from this.
Apply pressure, and as long as they get this soul, you know, despite some people getting caught out twice in a row now, Doran had flash and stopwatch.
Well, there's the ulti. They catch him before he can even press the black shield button, and that is the jungler dead. That means free soul here for Gen G, and they'll make their way over and start that one now.
I mean, it doesn't get freer than this. And Baron is up.
Doran
feeling pretty good. Doran possibly in trouble, and Gumyushi is going to take away his shellfish. Zeus is rotating up as well. Final chapter comes down. Doran trying to turn it here where he can. He gets exhausted though. There's the flash now. Great stopwatch there from Doran. Is it going to be enough to save him though is the question, and the answer is yes. Umbral Dash does come through. Oh my god, Faker just explodes. Peanut misses the ultimate, but it may not matter at all. He flashes for the Winter's Wrath as Gumyushi's over the wall. Decent binding is going to be there, but the Gnar is also dead, and now Gen G are looking for a Baron.
Ruler wasn't even there!
Oh. Well, this is a really rough game here for T1, but Owner is still looking to try and challenge for this Baron. Lehens is very, very low. Mega Adhesive does go down as Chovy's going to flash. There's the 3-man Gnar. He kills the Zeri so extremely quickly, and it's another kill to go over to Ruler as well. Gen G will take the Baron, and they're going to now look to push in all of these lanes. He's outranged, okay?
He's just there as an R button.
Well, speaking of R buttons, Peanut's going to throw his into the nether. Gumyushi not going to get thrown back. Definitely important, but these Nexus turrets are going down. Owner immediately diving forward. Soul Shackles at the ready, but it doesn't really do anything. Chovy throws out the chains, doesn't quite connect them, is now T1. I mean, they've got a naked Nexus, you got to go for something, but the wallets are so heavy here from Gen G. The explosion of damage as well, and there is the Nexus going down for the second time, and Gen G have match point.
I think for me, the biggest story is Forest to your left, bottom left of the screen, the Poppy ban. Peanut showed on Sejuani what he's capable of. His pathing is incredible. He's everywhere on the map, but that's the one ban that sticks out to me still, as you've got to find a better answer to this Poppy pick, because everything else... Spell shielding basically impossible into this draft as well. Like, good luck.
Yeah, and additionally, what Zinzao does very well is create space. Also does very well with Yumi on top of him, but even if Owner goes in, the rest of the team tries to follow up. An ultimate from Peanut can ruin it as, oh, Zeus.
I love this. This was one of the original answers to Yumi all those times back, because of course, You can hear it, the T1 fans definitely wanting us to get a series out of today.
That Zeus doesn't have, that Guma doesn't have, and even Keria, as long as he's been around, doesn't have, right? And you look at the experience that these players have, Ruler, Lehens, the Griffin guys, right? Doran, Peanut, with his titles he's picked up, Chovy, to 6 finals. And in terms of being up 2-0, like, I would give Gen G a better chance of reverse sweeping than I would T1, even though they played MSI to 5 games. They've been a team that was dominant in spring, but we didn't really see them lose that much. And then this season, they were second place, still very dominant. But going 0-2 in the finals like this, picking red side, not getting the greatest draft back here, not seeing huge changes, I don't know if they have it in them to reverse sweep. You know, you mentioned earlier, Chronicle, that you think they did. I kind of disagree.
That timing's pretty absurd. Vault Breaker going to come forward. Doran does have flash available. Oh, the sidestep, not quite enough range, but the death grip is good enough. As Zeus is looking for it, there's the flash forward from both of the T1 players, and they'll lock down first blood.
Peanut just a little bit late here, unfortunately, on the play. The timing of that, so unfortunate there for Doran. And down he goes.
Charging. Yeah. He's looking for it, has the knock up, but even with the teleport, don't think he wants to go for it right now.
Doran's flashless. Not going to commit, but we'll give him back control of the lane.
Ooh. Immediate return gank.
Ooh, great sidestep there from Chovy as we see a bit of a scuffle in the mid lane. Conquering Sands, fair bit of damage onto Faker.
And do note, Chovy forced Faker back when Faker was sitting around 16 CS.
But not going to be something they commit to just yet. Peanut in the area, as Doran knows that things could get very, very dangerous. And also, Gen G understand that they have the vision control. Owner's still here, though, for the counter gank opportunity. As we're bringing them back forward. There's the Vault Breaker once again as Doran slices, dices, gets himself out. But is Peanut going to be so lucky? The answer's yes. Doesn't have to invest his flash just yet.
And this is where you see the value of Mordekaiser. Really a stat-checky champion. And if you're playing into double melee, get so much value out of that. Really nicely done. T1 playing to their 1 pressure point. And we're just staying top.
Arguably his best champion.
Well, there's an exhaust onto Gumayusi. You can see Gen G going to quite find the engage that they're looking for there. And in fact, Lehens just used both of his summoner spell buttons.
Here's 6.
All right, Dominus is going to come through here as Slice comes in. Where's the dice? And it's, ooh, not actually going. That was in fact the dice before, because we came up to it a little bit too late. So Peanut has to finish this one off. He does have that flash that he prepared earlier, and that will mean the kill. Gen G even the scoreline.
Yeah. Can't just play it late, especially with a early Mountain Drake getting picked up for a pick-based composition like T1's. It's really, really rough.
Well, Lehens is going to rotate over, looking to help out the Pigeon. Peanut will turn up again, but they do manage to get the charge. Will it be the turret as well? Looks like the answer is going to be no. T1 not going to be able to finish that one off, but it is still a fair bit of plate money. As Ruler not wanting to overextend either here towards this bottom side. Gen G definitely playing very respectfully this stage of the game.
Yeah, he's just finished his call. He's happy to sit back here and carefully push this one in, taking only 1 plate.
Ooh. Ruler possibly in trouble. Now going for the 1v1 because he knows that he's dead. Owner's going to turn up and Gumayusi is going to help him take down that kill. So Ruler going to get caught out, overextended a little bit there towards that bottom side.
Maybe reading into some backs. They did have a fair amount of vision on bot side, but didn't catch crucial rotations of a couple of members coming through. And Ruler have been playing very respectfully up until this point. Gets taken down there. Owner really continuously looking for these plays that they need. Again,
still not a very large lead or anything like that. T1 certainly a lot of options, even as the game goes later. It's just the Yuumi problem that we've seen so many times in the hands of Ruler and Lehens is a very, very scary thing. But On the Hunt's going to be popped here as they look for Peanut. Final chapter comes in. Faker is going to get stunned up, but they just brute force the turret down, and they'll take that money.
They just wanted to use Crescent Guard to defend here and then push bottom side. I don't think they're going to get the whole turret.
They've adjusted a little bit. Now, as far as being able to get at least one of the first 2. Owner over the wall does find Peanut as Lehens pops out. There's the Assault and Battery onto the Xin Zhao, but the value from this final chapter is just massive. And Peanut is going aggressive. Faker is going to get the dash out of Ruler, but he's still able to create a whole bunch of space. Zeus just fighting Doran here. But now, Faker going down extraordinarily low. Ruler now just has the whole team in front of him. Faker's so low, he cannot go back into this fight, and Gen G should be able to pick up the first Infernal of the game. Extendo Beam's going to come through, and Faker is going to delay the inevitable. Ruler picks up that kill as well, and the Yuumi angle is beginning. Gen G should be able to get into position for this, and there is not a massive amount of damage as, oh my goodness, the extender beam's already starting to do a fair bit of work here as Peanut in position to go and try to work out this 50-50 on the smite. Zeus is going to put him in the death realm though as the ult comes through, but immediately turns into a snowman does Ruler. They lock down the Baron, and now T1 are just trying to escape, and they are going to be able to do so. The heist is successful.
Plays like this, Renekton's bottom side, Doran is not there. You have the proximity to Baron, you rush it, you rush over as fast as you can. You have to take risks like this as T1. This is the confidence I wasn't sure we were going to see it. T1 down 2-0.
And Gen G are going to come on over here and look to take down this Drake. Yeah, they're more healthy, but there's a lot of damage here on Gen G. And Doran, one crocodile with a cat is going to be enough to deter T1 from stopping this. That is Infernal Soul Point.
And that's enough because it's Yuumi, it's a Renekton as hold on.
Ooh, on the hunt is going to come through there. There's the Assault and Battery all the way into the back line, but I don't know whether Ona can fight both Ruler and Chovy. He has to make his way out. Doran's going to be taken down though, and now Zeus is looking for Ruler. The Obliterate comes through, but Gumayushi's dead. Chovy's going to be able to take him down. Ruler is also able to secure the kill onto Zeus there in the end, and Gen G pick up the Soul Point and get the ensuing fight.
Just such a clean fight here from Gen G, and it looked scary for just a moment, but you do that much damage to the Mordekaiser, you can't ult anyone. Oh, it's not over yet.
Oh dear, Wind Becomes Lightning does connect. That's a great charm to interrupt the audacious charge. And with the Whimsy, Carrier will be able to keep Faker alive. Trying to figure it out. The sustained advantage certainly there for Gen G, but T1 have control of this Drake pit for now. Of course, Gen G don't need to really worry about one lone Drake, but they would have liked to get an Infernal Soul, as now Peanut rotates over. There's a control ward in the pit now, so he knows what's going on. When Becomes Lightning comes in, this is just a Xin Zhao alone. Now T1 do have a lot of vision control in this area, but there's no objective to fight over, so I'm not entirely sure what Gen G's plan was there.
Very nicely done by T1. They're able to get mid-prio and turn it into a lot of damage. Peanut's forced to use his ultimate, and T1 able to pick themselves up the Drake Res. Oh, Doran!
Yeah, Assault and Battery. There's the Dominus. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. He does have that GA available, but I don't know whether that is going to save him either. The Everfrost is a little bit too early as Doran flashes. Gets himself out of the way.
Oh no.
Ruler's full health. Oh. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous. And now Gen G, they're counting the cooldowns. There aren't a whole lot left available for T1. Now moving over towards this Baron pit.
There's a control ward in the pit, which is so huge. Not anymore.
Yep. I mean, Emperor's Divide still available, and that Crescent Guard that we mentioned before is back up and available now. Peanut just managed to get that one again. Inner turret goes down. Teleport's going to be used, and now Gen G, they're going to start off this Baron. No vision available for T1 whatsoever, but they know exactly what's going on. Gen G just move all the way over to Zeus, who has to immediately flash. The follow-up's going to be there for Peanut. And Zeus, yeah, he has no Death Realm and no way of getting out of this one. Gen G, they find their target and they strike. And now, T1 inside this Baron pit. Can they get a pick back themselves as the Boomerang Blade? Not going to find anything. And Gen G get back to work.
It's just so hard without a tank here. You know, you don't have a front line in this comp anymore as T1. You can't win this. Timber will just get focused down. You're hoping for a miracle right now.
This is very dangerous. Ona, he's had a great smite button in the past. There's the flash from Ruler. T1 getting a lot of value here. The Boomerang Blade doing a lot of work to this area. And now Faker looks for his opportunity. Ruler, he's going to get hit by the charm, but Faker had to go golden too early, and Peanut will secure the Baron. Now Gumayushi is just trying to be huge in this fight, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. He is a one-man army, but it's not quite large enough, and Ruler is exactly the same thing. There's your Zeri angle, and Carrier is running the wrong direction. It's a double kill in the end for the Gen G 80 carry, and they are in so much control. I think this might be Gen G now walking up for the very first time in summer to pick up their very first title for Ruler, for Lehens, for Doran, and for Chovy.
They're going to move up. They're going to try Atlas, and Gen G, it might not have happened for them before. Ruler about to pick up his first LCK trophy.
Getting
3-0.
Getting a world trophy so many years ago. Zeus is desperately trying to hold on. He does go golden himself, but look at these Nexus turrets, and for the first time, Gen G will crack a third Nexus.